We had a family gathering over Easter, including my auntie Dot and her daughter Louise and Louise's family. Auntie Dot isn't related to us. She's married to my uncle Len, who came out to Australia on the same ship as my dad, and they've been like brothers ever since. I work for a small municipal department in a
I'm
rural.
going to be blunt. I don't like Louise. If I had my own way, I'd have nothing to do with her. But I love my aunt and uncle, and I'm Uncle Len's medical decision maker, so I have to suffer her presence. Uncle Len is in a nursing home because of his frail health. If I gave you the full list of my reasons for disliking Louise, I'd never get to the petty revenge. But here are the edited highlights. She does mean and hurtful shit and then brushes it off with, "But I didn't me Ian too." Or, "I was only trying to help." Or, "But I'm just saying what I feel." Including the time she tried to stop my sisters from going to my mum's funeral 20 years ago, because they're fostered and not real family. The irony has been noted. She's also an Olympic hopeful in the heavyweight competitive child-raising event. Auntie Dot and Louise arrived with a frilly green dress and matching bloomers for my 6-month-old, Vampira. She has 2 teeth and likes fingers. While I was settling the adult guests in and handing out chocolate ovoids to the younger kids, my partner Martin, dressed Vampira in her new outfit. She looked like an adorably cross frog in a frock. Auntie Dot had a cuddle and asked Louise to take a couple of photos. Then Louise wanted a cuddle and started rattling on about how Vampira was 6 months old and can't sit up unaided, but her wonder kids, aged 5 and 7, were sitting up and playing the grand piano at 4 months. Okay, I'm exaggerating. They don't have a grand piano. When Vampira started getting squirmy and irritable, Martin said she probably had a tummy ache and tried to take her back. Louise kept saying she was good with babies and she would soon get Vampira settled. Martin and I were telling Louise in increasingly loud and firm tones to give her back, and Louise kept insisting Vampira would settle down for her. After a while, Vampira relaxed and gave Louise a toothy smile. Louise beamed back and said, "See? I told you." I remember getting a look from Martin that said, "Well, we tried." Seconds later, Louise shoved a wailing Vampira back at Martin and sprinted for the bathroom. You see, what I hadn't told Louise was that we've been introducing cereals into Vampira's diet because a growing baby cannot live on fingers alone, and it hasn't been going well. Vampira had unleashed a punami, which leaked out of her nappy, up the back of the new dress, and onto Louise, and it was one of her most odoriferous efforts yet. Martin did a cleanup and complete outfit change, and gave Vampira her favorite teething dragon, so she was soon happy-ish. But the green dress and bloomers were beyond saving, and Louise's top might not make it either, all of which could have been avoided if she'd just handed Martin the baby when he'd asked. Sawsloo, but I'm not paying for a new top. But the petty revenge cherry on top of the baby poo sundae came at dinner. The meal started with pureed veggie soup, and my middle sister asked if Louise wanted to feed Vampira, seeing as you are good with babies. Louise angrily declined. I pretended to pout and accused Louise of hurting Vampira's feelings, saying, "But she didn't me Ian to." I'd been waiting nearly 20 years for my chance to say that back to Louise, and it felt good.